Welcome to the video, and in this video we're going to be covering one thing which I think every single person needs to be aware of, and that is confidence. Now, when it comes down to business, you're probably thinking, why is this relevant to me? I'm really quite a confident person. I don't see how this is going to change my business, or why is confidence going to be that one driving factor to help my business, or why is confidence and understanding a bit more about confidence going to be that driving factor which changes? And I'll tell you this, and this is one of the driving factors for me personally, which I realized everything can change in an instant. I used to be that person where I wouldn't go up to a single person. If I'm out socializing, maybe I would acknowledge someone, but I wouldn't make any approach. When it came down to business posting, I'd be posting, but I would always have that subconscious fear, of FOPO, fear about other people's opinions. And ultimately, I came back, I went away to Thailand, I came back and I realized one thing. The only thing I'm missing is my confidence. And when I realized the importance of confidence, within 24 hours after a 13-hour flight, I had a sales call, and in that sales call, I closed them within 20 minutes, and they were asking me, "You name any price, and we'll pay you." And it was at that moment where I realized you just need to be confident. And I'm going to break it down for you a tiny bit more. What do I mean by being confident? I'm not saying, pretend you have the biggest ego, pretend you're this type of person, even though you're not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need to be confident with everything that you do, everything that you say, everything that you preach about. Now, when it comes down to this, it's understanding, oh, is my business offer not that good? Is the way people look at me not that good? Am I really sure I know what I'm doing with my business? And it's all of these things which come into confidence and come into play. Now, when it comes down to it, what should you start doing? And I'll break it down for you in real life. If you jump on a sales call with me and you're coming into this sales call and saying, over text, you're being like, yeah, man, I can solve your problem. Let's just jump on a quick call, or tell me what you want to know more about. Let's have this meeting. You jump on the meeting, and all of a sudden, this prospect is like, okay, so what's happening? And you're going, oh, I'm I'm gonna breaking the eye contact and going off with, oh, I'm not too sure, but I can do this for you. And just off the bat, people are already feeling that pressure of, why isn't he as confident as he could be? Why doesn't he show this confidence like he was before in his videos, maybe in his messages? People will retract the second they feel like they've lost some confidence. They want to be inspired by you. You're that mentor. When it comes down to hierarchy, if people are investing in you for a service, that you're that person that they look up to for a better solution, for a better desired result. And if you're going to be that person that says to them, oh, yeah, we could do this, they're going to retract. You're not following in that need. You're not fulfilling their needs. So firstly, when you go into every meeting, when you speak to someone, and it even comes back to, oh, when you're out and someone goes to you, oh, so what do you do? When another entrepreneur messages you, oh, so what do you do? If you're giving them that half-hearted confidence, they're going to feel it straight away. And already that's knocking you out of the way. That's pushing you back down. And you're probably thinking, oh, but I'm not sure if it will work. You know, anything can happen, and you can achieve anything as long as you put the mind as long as you put your mind towards it. And what else do I mean by this? Oh, I'm not a confident person. You know what you want to achieve in life. You know how you can achieve it. The only thing that's stopping you from achieving that desired goal is yourself. And you need to push yourself to achieve that. You have to have the confidence within yourself. You need to believe in yourself, and you can actually achieve that end goal. Now, coming back to it, you're probably thinking, oh, but you know, I know I can provide them the result. I know I can do all of this. But then again, you're driving, as I said before, FOPO, fear of other people's opinions. You're probably getting into this and then thinking, oh, maybe that person might not might not like the way I look. No one cares. At the end of the day, we make up these excuses saying, oh, I'm doing it for someone else. Oh, I'm just doing it for this and that. You're doing it for yourself at the end of the day. You've chosen this life out of choice. No one has asked you to do this. And the only thing you're missing from achieving that is confidence. When people think of confidence, they think of authority. You want to be that authoritative person in your industry, in your niche, so people can come to you and come to you with their pains, knowing that you can provide them with their solution. And, if you're going to keep thinking about, oh, this person didn't like my post, you post a story, you're constantly checking the viewers, thinking, oh, has this person viewed? Let me see who's viewed. And I know you're guilty of that. If you're watching this, you're guilty of that. You definitely check your story viewers. And it's all of these things where it's just falling into play and knocking you back down. The thing is, as I said, no one has asked you to choose this path. No one has asked you to make the decision of being an entrepreneur. You've done that out of your own free will, and you've had the confidence to do that. Now it's just realizing, wait a minute, if I can start putting a bit more confidence into the way I speak, the way I hold myself, and the way I show my offer, the way I connect with others, all of a sudden you're going to start to realize, everything seems to be changing. Everything seems to be going in my way, and I don't really know what it is. And it's because you've had that confidence. The driving factor which most of the people we look up to, the driving factor that changes them. And the thing is, when we look at them and we think, what's that one thing that they have that we don't? And it's they have that confidence. And remember, they had to start in our position too. Everyone started from the bottom, and so did they. So if you're thinking, oh, I can't be like them, what makes them so much better? It's because they have that confidence, and they have that way of saying to other people, I know I can solve your problem. I know I'm the best. And it's that confidence which has driven them to the top. So, coming to an end of this, it's one of those things where, maybe you're going through a rough patch. Maybe you're not too sure where you stand. Maybe you're not too sure if this is really the thing for you. Before you give up, before you say, I don't want to do this, just think. Just take a moment to think and say, do I really want this? Do I really need this? And then, even then, just think, am I going to fall short, or am I going to really achieve this? Do I really want this? Do I think I'm the person that I can be? And can I see myself in a better position? And if you're answering those right now and saying, yes, I can see myself, I want to be the best version of myself, I want to achieve the life I desire and the life I need, not want, but you need, then just go into that next meeting, go into that next sales call and say, I can do it. I am that person that can achieve whatever you're coming to me with. And I know 100% full well that I am that person to bring you your solution. Now, when you do this, you'll be texting me saying, I just watched your video. I've been thinking about confidence a lot, decided to film that next piece of content, go into that next meeting and speak with confidence. When I held up the camera, or when the camera was positioned, I spoke with all my heart. I spoke with all my chest. When I went into that meeting, I spoke to them knowing that I could solve their solution. Instead of thinking, maybe could I close them, you walked in there knowing, oh, I'm that person to solve your problem. How can I help you? And you'll be messaging me on Instagram. And on this note, don't forget to like and subscribe, and message me on Instagram if you still need help. But you'll be coming back to me and say, Leon, I've just watched your video on YouTube about confidence. This has really helped me, and I can see the change. How do I not break out of this loop? And it's as simple as that. Believe in yourself and have that confidence. When you have that confidence, everything will change. So on that note, I hope you found this useful. I'm trying to be as raw, post different things like these every so often, just so we can have, that one-to-one connection and that one-to-one touch besides the business things. So on that note, hope you've enjoyed the video. Looking forward to see you soon.